Howdy folks, Bluesboyjag here, yet another 4-string cigar box guitar lesson. Miss Maybelle by RLBURNSIDE. Oh, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. Sit down, drink muddy water, sleep in a hollow log. Hey, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. Alright, so we are tuned to open G. You can tune off of me. Big string is a G. The next string is a D, tuned normal to D. Next string is a G, tuned to G. And the next string is a B, tuned to B. So in other words, 5th string tuned down to G. 4th string tuned normal to D. 3rd string tuned normal to G. And a 2nd string normal to B. Very common open tuned 4-string cigar box guitar tuning, also 6-string. RLBURNSIDE did a lot of open G stuff. So let's get right to it. First thing you need to know on this one: down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. One little word of advice here: you don't have to choke like I'm choking. I'm choking every strum. So those first 3, what I'm doing is first finger on the 4th-string 3rd fret, and then I'm playing the 4th string no fingers. Then I'm playing the 3rd string, same fret, 3rd fret, and then back to 0. So I'm going. And there's 2 options here. You can do the single string, or you can do all of them. So what we have here is 1st finger, 4th string, 3rd fret. And then I'm playing all the strings, or you can also just play the big string by itself. Then you go to the next string, which will be the 3rd string on the 3rd fret. Then you go back to the 4th string. So it's. So the next little lick is. I'm strumming all the strings. So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it that way, or you can do. So I'm strumming all the strings after I do the individual notes. Just one note here, then all the strings, and I choke it with that hand, and then I play just this note right here. That's going to be the 3rd string on the 3rd fret. So it's. So there's 2 ways you can do it: single note, or all 4. So the next part is. Whoops. So I'm pulling that off and strumming again. So you have. I'm using my pinky. You don't have to, but I recommend it because it's not too far away. You can use your 1st finger, but I recommend using that stretch. It really helps your 6-string playing if you use your 1st finger down here on the low notes and stretch it to your pinky on the upper notes. All right, so the whole riff. So just to re-emphasize, the sounds you want to hear are So that is a pretty fast riff. And what I'm doing is I'm pulling this off. Now, you don't have to do the down, up, down, up. I highly recommend it. It helps you with all sorts of other guitar styles. You don't have to do it that way. It sure is easier. It really is. Once you get over that hump, at first it seems kind of hard and kind of counterintuitive, but it's not. It's really extremely intuitive if you ask me. But hey, if you don't want to do it that way, you can do it the other way too. This is how I do it. All right, so the next riff is super easy. It's just 2 notes. My thumb on the big 4th string, and I'm using my first finger on the G string, which is the 2nd string, and I'm plucking both of them. I'm not strumming all of them. You can do that too if you want. That sounds, to me, that's kind of boring. I rather would do just the 2 notes. It just sounds cooler than the full chord, but hey, you can do that too. Also, if you use your fingers, you're going to get that kind of bouncy bump, 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 instead of a blah, 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 blah. It's more like a bump, 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 bump. So, oh, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. Sit down, drink muddy water, sleep in a hollow log. Hey, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. One more time, real slow. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned yet, this is probably the hardest part for most of you, I would think. Maybe not. Maybe you will pick this up real quick if you haven't done it before. It's a little tricky. I'm muting with this hand. So I'm going... killing that note with my fretting hand, and then I'm killing the chord with that hand. That's the first note, and you see my fingers flopping. Bouncy choke thing, in my opinion, is absolutely crucial to this funky sound. It might take a little bit of practice. It sure did me when I learned how to do that. It took months to do that. See these fingers flopping around? I'm pressing this string, but I'm muting them by lifting this finger off the fretboard, not off the string, just lift the string off the fretboard, and then let these flop down. You'll see a lot of this technique on my other videos. Now, when I do this chord, which is all 4 strings, but just the first finger on the 3rd string, I'm not muting with the strumming hand, I'm muting with the fretting hand. Some of you may think, oh, I've been doing that for years. What's the big deal? Cool, that means you got it down. Now, there's one little thing that I like to do, you don't have to do it this way, is I do this little lick coming up here. Right here. I do an up on that. That's my pinky on the 8th fret. Why do I use my pinky? Because it's easier to get there from here. Why use your first finger by moving your hand all the way up there? Just use your pinky. It's already hovering over there. It's not quite hovering over it. It's a couple frets down. So that choke with this hand and a combination of the up on this gives you the funky sound. The choke obviously is quite funky, and I like to do the up strum on this because That's the skinniest string, which means it's going to be overpowered by the other strings, i.e. louder, if you do a downstroke. If you do an upstroke, the first string is going to be a little bit louder, and you'll hear that nice high-pitched note. So lots of times you come across these songs and you're like, boy, that sounds really easy to play that. And it is, but you do have to do the right strum pattern. All right, so enough of the main riff. What's the verse? Well, the verse is real easy. Oh, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. Sit down, drink money, wanna sleep in a hollow log. Hey, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. So the whole verse is just two notes at the same time. So it's one note. It's a low G and a high G. And I'm using my thumb on the big string, and I'm using my first finger on the second string. Put that first string in there too. I prefer just to do these two drones. So a low G and a high G. Oh, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. Sit down, drink money, wanna sleep in a hollow log. Hey, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. So when I get to hopping frog, hopping frog, I'm playing that fourth string on the third fret. That would be a G, A sharp. Oh, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. Sit down, drink money, wanna sleep in a hollow log. Hey, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. And what I'm doing is I've got the second string open, and I've got my first finger on the fourth string, third fret at the same time. Sort of a clashing note. Sort of not. Sounds kind of cool. Kind of funky. Oh, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. Sit down, drink money, wanna sleep in a hollow log. Hey, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. So puppies, got 12 little shaggy hounds. Take them 22 dogs to run Miss Maybelle down. Hey, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. So notice what I did. I went. It jumps right to that next lick. And what I'm doing is I'm going. That's the big string, third fret, and the second string open. I'm playing all the strings, but my first finger is on the third string, third fret. Is that right? Yeah. Now, the hard part is the muting. So one more time. My second and third and fourth finger kind of flopping. I'm pressing down with that first finger, and I'm killing the note by dropping these fingers down. And I'm barely lifting the finger up so the string goes off the fretboard to kill it. Same thing here. Pull off. Oh, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. Sit down, drink money, wanna sleep in a hollow log. Hey, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. Got 12 little shaggy hounds. Take them 22 dogs to run Miss Maybelle down. Hey, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. All right, one more thing. That's the whole song. But one more thing that I like to do is somewhere along the line when I'm playing that song, I like to choke all the chords. Sometimes I'll do it fast, sometimes I won't, but I'm muting with these fingers. I think I probably showed you that earlier. It's a really cool technique, especially with hill country blues. And that's the whole song, folks. Oh, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. Sit down, drink when you want to sleep in a hollow log. Hey, Miss Maybelle, let me be your hopping frog. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Be sure and check out my website, jagshouse.com, JAGSHOUSE.com. I believe it's in that corner, or is it in that corner? It's in one of those corners. Click on it. Makes a great Christmas gift. We'll see you next time. Be sure and subscribe.